Hi there, welcome to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Felicia Mesadieu. I am a creative and designer based out of Houston, Texas. I work for a startup tech company in the aesthetic space. And on my channel, I love to talk about design, life, leveling up in my design career, and the journey. So if that's something that you're into, please stick around. Love to have you. Okay, so in today's video, I want to talk about CourseCareers and my experience in CourseCareers. I have been in CourseCareers now for a little over 7 months. I joined back at the end of November. I think like right before my birthday. My birthday is November 28th, and I was thinking about, okay, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? I love design, but I also want to be more versatile. I want to be more knowledgeable in the space of design. I want to have more to offer, and I want to make more. I need to make more money. I want to make more money. I had some previous experience with learning how to design for mobile apps during an apprenticeship that I had at Snapchat. I truly enjoyed it. I also work for a tech company where our product is a mobile app. And so I thought to myself, this is a natural progression to move into UI UX design. And after watching tons and tons of UI UX design videos, bootcamp experiences, and just wanting more for my life, I decided to enroll in the CourseCareers UI UX Bootcamp. I have received some questions, comments. I have received an email with some questions and asking about my experience in the bootcamp and just some general questions that needed some answers. And while I answered those questions on my channel, and I also answered the questions in an email, I thought now was a really great opportunity to go into a little bit more detail with the questions and to give you an update on where I am in the course. So let's dive into the questions. First question, how long have you been doing the course? I have been enrolled in the course for about 7 months now, a little over 7 months. I enrolled back in November. It was towards the end of November. So that's why I say it's been about a little over 7 months. I would say in the beginning, when I started at the end of November, maybe even December, November and December were a bit of a distraction months. They were a bit of distraction months for me because it was the holiday season. My birthday was coming up. I had some family come into town. I would say I definitely got serious about the course in January. That is when I actually started to time block my time to look at the videos that accompany the course and to become a little bit more active in the Discord. That was also the time that I decided to start creating content around the course so that I could stay accountable for what it was that I was doing. And then I would say around, I think March is when I started to really take a more hands-on approach, because I think March was around the time where I went out to the field and I started collecting interviews. And I think I started to understand it a little bit more because I had real data that I could use. And so that was when I felt like I was getting a little bit more confident with the course, with the program. So with that being said, it's been a little over 7 months, but I feel like I became more confident in the course to where I started really doing a lot more work, where I wasn't as intimidated by the work. I mean, it's still intimidating, but you get more comfortable with the course as you start to dive more into the research. And as I dove more into the research and I collected more data and I had more insights to provide into the case study, that was when I got more comfortable. And I would say that was around March. So all in all, I've been doing this a little over 7 months, closer to 8 months, but I really gained more comfort in taking the course within the last 3 to 4 months. As you go through the course, you have to watch several videos. You also do exercises like tasks. So if I'm looking at it from the perspective of watching the videos and doing certain exercises, taking certain quizzes, I am about 57% complete with the course. But taking into account the actual work that you have to do outside of watching the videos, that is much more, and that is what causes the delay. You also have to be mindful of the time that it takes to get feedback, and then once you get that feedback, the edits that you have to make, the iterations that you have to make. So that takes more time as well. And so you can't rush that part. And that is what's causing me to be a little bit behind the schedule that I wanted for myself. So while I may be 57% complete with the course, watching the visuals that accompany the course, taking the quizzes, I still have a lot of work to do with adding the tasks and the different sections of the case study to my portfolio, and just making sure that I have the correct information in my portfolio. So right now, I should be moving on to the wireframes, but I'm still doing user flows, and I just met with my mentor, and I have some things to do with user stories. So that was my assignment. I have to do some user stories and work on the problem and challenge of my case study. So before I get to those wireframes, I have to do that. So do you see how that could kind of cause a little bit of a delay with you moving forward and progressing into the more of the work and the design? So I have to go back and work on those tasks before I move forward. But I am still gonna carve in some time to get some wireframes done. I am itching to get to that design portion. So that is what I will be doing. Next question, are coaches easily accessible if problems arise? So there's a few ways to answer this question, and I will start by saying coaches are not the only ones that can help you if problems arise. There is a Discord that accompanies the course, and you are encouraged to use the Discord because your other students are in there, your peers are in there. Yes, there are coaches in there, the instructor is in there, and so there are people in there that are willing to assist you and give you further guidance if you need it. And I have used the Discord a lot. Usually at the end of every task, the instructor is going to suggest or encourage you to upload your assignment or your exercise so that you can get feedback for your task to see if there are any things that need to be changed. And there's usually someone in there that has been in the course a very long time, or they're a graduate and they're in there helping. So in that regard, there is someone in there willing to assist you in the Discord. If you want more of a one-on-one approach where you can actually see the person, they're taking out that dedicated time to look at your work, then that is when you would connect with a coach. The definite way to have accessibility to a coach is to book an appointment with a coach. You have to book an appointment to have a session. When you enroll in the course, you will be provided with information to coaches and their fees and the times that they are available to meet with you. Coaching prices do range anywhere from the low end, from about $25 to a mid-range of about $50 to a higher end of about $90. That's the highest I've seen. And usually when the coach has a higher fee, it's because they have had a lot of experience in the industry. And usually when I see someone who hasn't had that much experience, they are on the lower end of the coaching fee. Okay, Now I can talk about my experience with my coaching sessions. Coming into the course, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how all this worked. And so I did utilize 3 coaching sessions. I booked a session with one coach, which I had a fantastic experience the very first time. I even talked about it in one of the vlogs that I did. It was one of the very first CourseCareers UI UX vlogs that I created for my channel. And I had an exceptional experience with this particular coach. But then what I noticed was after that first session, there were sessions that I booked out, and I didn't realize that I had to pay for the sessions moving forward, because when I first signed up for a session, I thought that I was signing up for a free group session. I interpreted the group sessions as if they were free. It was just the way that it was worded in the profile of the coach. And so I thought that I was going to be doing multiple group coaching sessions that were free. But then after having an experience of the coach not show up the next, I think maybe 2 or 3 times that I had scheduled on the coach's Calendly to meet with them, I started to wonder if it was because I had signed up for a group session and if I was supposed to be paying. And so then I reported the incident, and that was when the staff of CourseCareers looked into the issue. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because I wasn't fully aware that I was supposed to be paying, but I also thought that it was unprofessional for the coach to not show up, or at least inform me of this is what needs to take place in order for me to keep seeing you. The coach just didn't show up. And then I later found out from another peer or student that the coach, the student signed up for the same coach, and that coach also ghosted her. So hopefully that whole issue has been resolved. But that was my experience with the first coach. The second coach I connected with was professional, showed up to both sessions, very knowledgeable, had some feedback for me, but I just didn't think that the coach was the best fit for me. So ultimately, I think what it comes down to is finding a coach that best suits your needs, or that's the best fit for you. Coaches are accessible. You do have to invest in a coach, if you will. And I think that is fair because CourseCareers has a very affordable enrollment price. So the fact that you have to pay for the coaches makes sense because you don't have an astronomical amount of money to pay to enroll in the course. UI UX design is not easy. So I can understand why mentors and coaches want to be paid for their services, but for whatever reason that you cannot afford a coach, there are free resources out there, which is the route that I chose to take. So after my first 2 sessions, I almost signed up for another coach, and I think she probably would have been a really good fit for me. I think she probably would have been what I'm looking for, but I did not move forward with it. I do work for a tech company. As I said before, the product that we offer is a mobile app, and I have been very intentional about expressing my desire to transition into UI UX pivot. I have been very intentional about meeting with the product designers to get tips and feedback on what it is what I can do to be better, and it's been very, very helpful. So they provided me with some resources and they've given me some tips, and it has definitely helped me in charting my course. And then also I was accepted into the Microsoft mentorship program. So I have a mentor that worked for Microsoft. My mentor has also been very helpful. She gives me action items every time that we meet bi-weekly. She just checks in to see where I'm at in the course, and she also gives me tips and answers questions that I have, and it's just also been very helpful. There have been several YouTube videos that I watched, lots of articles that I've read, and I just lean on that and I get it done. I'm saving a coin in 2024. But that's not to say that I'm never going to be in a place where I want to invest in a coach. I'm just utilizing the resources that God has blessed me with. So if I didn't have the resources that God has blessed me with, then I guess I would cut back somewhere and I would invest in a coach. Are job searches as easy as coaches make it seem? So in my experience of listening to the coaches and the instructor, I never picked up that job searching was easy. I have always interpreted this process to take a lot of work. This was not going to be an easy quest. I know that there are some coaches that offer career mentorship, and they also offer portfolio guidance and making sure that your portfolio is in tip-top shape and ready to be previewed by these hiring managers and recruiters. So in that regard, I can speak to the fact that there are coaches that are taking an active role in helping you in that area of trying to get placed in a UI UX role. I personally have not reached the point of graduation yet, but what I can speak to are the amount of jobs that I have seen on these job boards. There are a lot of them out there, and I have also seen success stories within the boot camp. But these people have done their due diligence in making sure that they have completed the program and that they have really great case studies and the work is exceptional. It's your portfolio, and it's all about the problem that you solve and showing that you can think very critically, because anybody can design an app. Designing it is easy. It's the design thinking and the problem solving and how you helped the company accomplish a goal. That is what ultimately moves you forward in the interview process. How has your overall experience been? My overall experience has been really good. I am a designer, and so I take a really huge interest in this type of information, in this type of work. It's a natural progression for me, and so I have a desire to learn more about design. A coworker of mine, he brought up a point that I probably look at apps differently now that I'm learning how to design one. And it's very true. You think about the user experience much more when you're looking at an app. Like, you think about how they didn't have to have this information right here, or why can't I see the button that I need right here, like it should be up higher. You think about all those things and how things can be simplified. This course has definitely helped to develop my thinking in a way to where I wasn't thinking about those things before. The course has been an overall good experience. There are times where I still question, like, can I do this? Because it is a challenge. And then there are times where I have to talk with people that are in the industry that have a lot more experience, and they'll tell me that, hey, this is new, you're learning something new, and it just takes time. And that helps me to reframe my thinking and to think about what's important, and that's just getting through the course, and then eventually I will get that experience. So I have my times because this is all new. It's a challenge and it's not easy. I'm gonna tell you that. It is not easy. It is a lot of work and it's a lot of thinking, but if you keep working at it, you will get through it. Okay, the next question. Do you need to pay for anything extra for courses or potential jobs, such as editing apps or laptops? Is everything doable on your iPhone? The number one thing that I would say that you need to purchase for the course is a computer or a laptop. Get you a computer or get you a laptop if you want to take this course. Yes, you can access the videos on your iPhone. You can access the course on your iPhone, but creating the work that you have to do, good luck if you're gonna try and do everything on your iPhone. That's all I'm gonna say. So if I were you, I would invest in a laptop if you don't have one. If you don't have a laptop, I probably wouldn't enroll in the course. Some apps that you'll need for the course will be Figma. Figma is free. You will also need to do a little bit of designing, which you can do in Canva, and Canva is a free resource. Another question is, what did I use to put my portfolio on? Well, my portfolio is not fully completed, but I have 2 portfolios. So I have a Squarespace portfolio, and that hosts pretty much all of my graphic design work. And then I am currently creating a portfolio for the work that I'm going to be doing for UI UX. And the website that I'm currently using at the moment is UXfolio. I have the free version, but I will upgrade to the paid version. I plan to keep both of my portfolios separate until I can figure out a way to integrate them both to where it makes sense to show the UX work and show the graphic design work that's like more branding. I want to feel like I have the confidence and the clarity in communicating the type of work that I do as a UI UX designer. Once I figure out how to present that very well, then I will look into merging my graphic design work with my UX design work. I think I'm at a good stopping point here. I'm gonna wrap up this video. I want to go into a little bit more detail about where I'm at in the course, so I'm going to create another vlog showing you where I'm at in the course. And so yeah, we'll talk more about UI UX design. And if you're interested in learning more about the course, I would definitely take the introductory course for CourseCareers UI UX Bootcamp. If you're interested, I'm gonna link it down below. You do not have to pay anything for the introduction course. The introduction course is free, and it helps you to see whether or not you like the course. So if it's something that you want to move forward with, then you can purchase the course. I recommend taking the introduction course to see if you like it. That is what I did, and then I moved forward with paying for the course and fully enrolled in the course to where I have access to the full course. And here we are, 57% complete, halfway through the course and trucking through. So if you're interested in checking out the free introduction course to see if the CourseCareers UI UX Bootcamp is something that you might like to enroll in, I will leave the link down below in my description box. I will also leave it in the comment section so you can see right there. I hope that this video was helpful in helping you to decide on whether or not the CourseCareers UI UX Bootcamp is something that you want to pursue, and if it's something that you want to take a step back from, hey, I get that too. It's my goal to be as transparent and honest as I can about the bootcamp in my experience, and I hope that it was received that way. And I hope that this has given you a better idea of whether or not it's something that you want to move forward with or something that you want to take a step back from pursuing. So thank you so much for watching. To the individuals who have sent me the questions in my comment section and the individual that sent me the email, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.